Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You're always most welcome. Well, today a quick one, a book review, something that many of you will probably find very useful. It's Micheal Napier's OSPREY book, RAF Tornado Units in Combat 1992 to 2019. So basically all the combat tornadoes that were involved in air combat sorties after the first Gulf War. So this includes things like Kosovo War, obviously the situation in Kosovo and former Yugoslavia. We've got the Desert Fox, where they were again going after Saddam Hussein in 2000 and, was it 98? 98 I think it was. November, December 98, and then all these other things like Operation Telic and these operations against the stopping the a no-fly zone being enforced over Libya and things like that. So all these operations that took place really over that, was it nearly the best part of 20 years really. So there's actually more than you'd think. You look at the dates and think, well, there weren't any wars then. Well, there were. there weren't there? Maybe they were undeclared, maybe they were part of UN peacekeeping operations, Operation Deny Flight over Yugoslavia, for example. All that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's have a closer look, because it's definitely a recommended book, I think, this, especially for those of us that are interested in tornadoes. So here we go. Nice bit of artwork on the front. And inside, straight into, and it's another one of these great reference books. Some lovely artwork in this one, I've got to say. Lovely photographs, really impressive. You've got, that's a GR4 obviously there, but you've got all sorts of different variants of the aircraft. Chapter 1, Iraq 92 to 99, and this is after they defeated Saddam Hussein, but we didn't go into Iraq, of course, at that time. We then had this no-fly zone rule. So there was a lot of operations conducted over that time, and they got all these different names: Operation Drive or Operation Warden. I must confess I've not heard of some of these. Some of them are quite small. Operation Desert Fox, that's the one I do remember. Yeah, 16th. Yeah, that's 98, December 98, as I said. And that's when they decided that they were attacking the Kurds, weren't they, and some of the other lesser sort of tribes in Iraq. It was decided they would step in and stop that. And you got Tornado GR1As there, looking like a GR4, but it's just that they've gone to the grey colour scheme. And then you've got air defence operations. That's where it gets quite interesting. You've got the Tornado F3s, which of course is the long-nosed air defence variant, ADV. And it's got Skyflash missiles, and obviously it's got a more advanced radar, seeking radar in the nose. Falklands Islands Defence, this is from 92 to 2009. Photographs of them over the Falklands there, which is very cool. I mean, there's a lot of detail in here, obviously. I'm just going to give you a quick flick through and talk about, there you go, Bosnia-Herzegovina, which is the name of the area I was trying to remember. Operation Deny Flight 93 to 96, because that was obviously very important to try and stop the Serbs from attacking the Bosnian Muslims. And then we've got, they were operating out of Italy then, of course. Iraq, this is the Operation Reinstate, where they were denying flight in the south of Iraq. And obviously there was an issue there where the Shias, I think, were under attack from the Sunnis, and very complicated stuff at times. The F3, obviously, its air defence variant, that's clearly there to stop any enemy fighters coming up. I say enemy, but any fighters really, be they Iranian or Iraqi. Skyflash and ASRAAM weapons, and show you refueling from the KC-10 tanker here. Yeah, I think we sometimes underestimate how good the F3 was as an aircraft. It may not have been the greatest fighter of all time, jet fighter, but it wasn't bad. It was very manoeuvrable, it was very adaptable, multi-role fighter. So don't discount the F3. I think a lot of us ignore it really. But here you've got the GR1s. I think these were, here you've got RAF 617 Squadron, the Dambuster Squadron, and then you've got various other squadrons, including the ex-Huntington Squadrons, 12 Squadron, in fact you can see that there, you can tell by the fox on the tail, that's how I know, even though it doesn't tell you here, but the Foxes is number 12 Squadron, who used to have Buccaneers of course. and then went to Lossiemouth, of course, in due course. I think they're still there today. And then you've got these various Kuwaiti-based operations in the late 90s, and then of course you've got the Lucas-based, Lucas just north of the Firth of Forth, and you've got the Air Defence variant, F3 variant, fighter version of the Tornado there. Then you've got the Falklands edition, complete with Falkland marking on the tail. It's a bit like the Maltese cross, doesn't it? Another one here, the Falklands version 2005, and the Deny flight, where the markings have been almost like Tipex out, so to deny any squadron markings. Giola de Colle, that's the actual Italian air base, 93. And then you've got Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, Operation Reinstate South, that's when they're patrolling the south of Iraq, Kuwaiti border. Operation Telic in 2003, this is obviously, Telic is the invasion, the attack on Iraq for the final time when they took out Saddam Hussein and ended the regime there. And there's several different versions from Telic. Operation Solstice in Lithuania 2004, don't know what that one was, I'm sure it tells you in the book. Germany 99, Operation Engadine, another one I haven't heard of. That's based at Bruggen, where my thumb is, and this one based at Bruggen. Nice colour plates, I think that this is great for modellers, you know. Gives us a really clear idea, also gives you hints about the different levels of sort of weathering, because they're really very accurately reportrayed in these colour plates. Very nice, helpful references. 31 Squadron with the famous gold stars here. That's based in Corsica, Operation Engadine again. Reinstate South, that's a GR4, so that's later obviously in 2002. Here's the famous Danger Mouse DM, which of course was the aircraft that Italia used as the base for their 32nd scale kit in terms of markings. And then you've got another one here, different squadron, or is it the same squadron? Same squadron I think, DN instead of DM. Several of them here from Operation Telic. Obviously there's a lot of our aircraft went over there. Shark's Mouth, look at that, you've got Dennis the Menace here. What's it say? Born Fighter, it says, and a picture of Dennis the Menace and Nasha the dog. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, some of these artworks are quite cool, aren't they? Look at this one. A scantily dressed lady in sort of basket, stockings and suspenders. Here, of course, it's Danger Mouse and Penfold. And here, as I said, there's some jokery going on here with the Shark's Mouth. Some allusion to the ejector seat. Got a feeling that somebody's ejected at some point and had the Mickey taken out of him. And then you've got the is that 45 Squadron in the Bats? I can't remember now, but it's quite a well-known. That was the basis of the Revell 32nd scale kit back in the day in the 90s. Those markings. Operation LME. So LME is one of these against Tripoli when there were the Arab Spring uprising in 2011 against Gaddafi's regime. There's a lot of events going on. Operation Herrick, of course, in Afghanistan. Slightly interesting camo on this one. It's got like a two-tone, it's like a light sea grey, dark sea grey mix. Very, very interesting. In fact, you've even got it mixed on the tail. The rudder is a different colour to the rest of the tail. How odd. And the top fin. That's odd. Yeah, a little bit of mix and matching going on there. Operation Shader, Akrotiri, Cyprus. I think Operation Shader was against ISIS over in Syria. And there you go. And then that's it. So then you've got, I mentioned about the Foxes. I said it was 12 Squadron. Well, there's the proof for you. Sorry, here. 12 Squadron, Operation Bolton. And there's the Fox. And of course you get all these other ones as well. Dennis the Menace. All sorts of interesting. Danger Mouse with Penfold here. And then it goes into Deadly Nightshade. Here's the ones we were just talking about that were on the sides. Deadly Nightshade is the Basque scantily clad lady. Then you've got Dennis the Menace. Scud hunters, go get 'em boys. Very cool, isn't it? And then the Kosovo, it goes through, it continues to go through forward in time, obviously. Kosovo operations, the TL pod, the imaging laser designated pod. Whoops. This is the Corsica Air Base, posing for a photograph at Corsica. Nice place to be based, isn't it? A holiday destination almost. And then Iraq, Operation Telic, etc. It's a good book. It's, you know, there's a lot of detail in here. A lot of detail. A picture there of it in one of the hardened hangars in Saudi Arabia, I think that is. And refueling the F3 fighters there, ADVs refueling with a tanker. GR4s here, Operation Telic, 2003. Head on view in the desert. Paveway, got paveway weapons on this one. 12 Squadron, so that's 2004. I think that was still Honington. I think it was still Honington based. I used to live in Honington, so I've got another thing about Honington. Afghanistan and Libya, 2009 to 14. Yeah, there's some nice photographs actually. There's some good. It gives you good ideas about weathering and which weapon loadouts to put on. Lightning pods, brimstone missiles, and that one. What have we got here? Brimstone again. Close up of the brimstones. Yeah, they've got the big camera system in the front, haven't they? And those brimstone can actually ground launch. I believe they're currently using those in Ukraine. Here's a good shot taken off from Corsica for Operation Elemi on a sortie there, GR4. Good shot at night. That's a great photograph, isn't it? Let's zoom in on that one. That's a cool photo with the moon. The moon above. Whoops. Steady for you, there you go. That's a nice photo, isn't it? Huh. Fully armed torpedo at Kandahar, obviously in Afghanistan. Iraq and Syria. Get me out again. Iraq and Syria, 2014 to 19, against ISIS, obviously Operation Shader. And then we've got some various nice shots and refueling, this time from above. And sitting here with the Eurofighter Typhoon side by side. It's one of those books you really got to read to get the full benefit from it, but there are some stunning photos, there's no question about it. A really good read, and some of the heroes who flew these aircraft, obviously. Very nice colour prints. It's absolutely brilliant, to be honest. It's a really cool book. I'm glad I bought that. I believe also, if I'm not mistaken, that this is the book that I think Airfix are promoting it in the latest edition of the Airfix Kit World magazine. Very nice indeed. I think it cost me, it says here it's $15.99. I think that's what I paid, yeah. So £16, quite a lot of books, £16 there. It doesn't look very big, but there's more in it than you realise, because there's lots to read, and it really will give you lots of detail about what weapons are being used. So when you're thinking about loadouts for your kits and all that kind of thing, definitely something you should consider. I'd give that, I'd like to see perhaps a few more photos, but I'd give it 9 out of 10. Haven't read it all the way through, so please bear that in mind, but just on a quick flick through, I think that's really nice. Definitely recommend you get that to your collection for all you Tornado fans. That's it from me. Hope you'll give me 10 out of 10 and smash that like button. Don't forget also to ding the notification bell, or check it's dinged, because many people dinged it and found it's not working for them. And of course, if you're not a subscriber already, don't forget to subscribe and join us here on the channel. You can join in the live chat and all that kind of thing. I'm sure you get a lot of enjoyment out of that indeed. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, please look after yourselves, stay safe, stay well, Thanks for watching, and bye for now.